Hey crypto YouTubers, this is coinpicker.us, and today we're going to cover where we are in the market and when the up phase is going to begin, or whatever is going to happen in the future. Plus, we're going to talk a bit about the markets outside of the crypto and the potential impacts and some massive opportunities that are available to anybody who's willing to dip their toe in them. Stay tuned. Like my yesterday video, today's going to cover the general market and a little bit of a news item in the area of where else to invest outside of cryptos if you choose to. But then for the subscribers, I'm going to go into much more depth in the market and give some more details. But it should be helpful for everybody, so stick around. All right, we've gotten a relatively sedate market. If we look at the Bitcoin chart well, that's not what we want going on a daily basis. We're we're in a in a down position here, but setting up for a recovery. And I would say the recovery is not too far off. So this is a tradable position at this point, meaning we're a bit oversold. You could buy in and hang on for a little while and more than likely do okay. But you're going to have to watch it very carefully because I got to check what's going on the weekly basis. On the weekly basis, it's not as positive. We have downward or selling pressure still in the CCI, but we are not at all oversold. We're in a trending to down position on a weekly basis. So if you did take advantage of the daily trade, your stops are going to have to be very tight to the downside, but you can do okay. In fact, yesterday I commented on, and well, let's take a look on a weekly basis. On a monthly basis. On a monthly basis, we could still go a little bit further down, but we were definitely setting up for a very nice rally, which makes sense. We've got a little bit of time to clear out. We're at a higher well, I would call it a higher low at this point because we went down to 64.48. We bounced up to around 10,000. Now we're back down to 8,300. All good. The trend is still in place, so no worries there. Now, yesterday, for those of you who are watching or get my newsletter, which I emphasize that you should sign up for, it's completely free. I talked about Ethereum was a really strong day trade, very strong, and that I was going to take advantage of it, and I did, and I banked some money on it. Now, it wasn't a huge trade, but keep in mind we're in a down market. And I put in a fair amount of money, which most people would consider a fair amount of money, because I was very confident that I had a reasonable trade ahead of me. And I would say, well, I did it yesterday, so I bought in around here, and you can't really see very well. Let's see if I can show you on an hourly basis, 4-hour basis. So, I mean, you can see if we're looking at today is the 16th. I mean, that was a fairly nice move. And that's what I was talking about yesterday. I said there's a trade to be made here. And I traded it already. I made a nice buck on it. I recommended that anybody else could get into it on both my newsletter and on the video. Now, on a weekly basis, we still have upside potential. Not super strong. This is indicating that we're more likely to trend, but we definitely have upside potential here, and buyers are still in control. So there's a little bit of room to the trade. I wouldn't call it a screaming trade. I would call it a low probability trade right now. On a monthly basis, the data is just junk, so let's not even pay attention to it. Now let's get to Litecoin. Litecoin is much the same as Bitcoin right now, a little bit just so slightly weaker, but getting closer to a reversal on a weekly basis. We're not there, we're not there, we're not there, but on a weekly basis, closer to reversal. Now on a daily basis, we are also getting close to reversal, but we're not there. So these are, just if you have positions, hold them. If you want to segment into positions, that's absolutely fine. But you're not looking to bounce out with a profit anytime in the near term. Monthly, same boat. You still have some time for reversal. So we're talking weeks or months before we'll see a significant uptrend. Okay, I'm going to come back to some other coins for subscribers, but for right now, I want to share with everybody where there is massive opportunity. Okay, let's take a look at what the S&P is doing right now. This is not the chart that I wanted. Nope. Let's see if this is it. No. Okay, we're getting close there. All right, is this it? This is what I want to show you. All right, year to date, the general stock market is at 1.83%. Now, on a yearly basis, it's crushing it. Okay, no, admittedly, yearly basis, it's still crushing it. How well that will hold on, that's up to debate. Now, uh, if you look at the commodity space, which I've talked about in the past, you can look at how far we've gone from. Let's see, we're going to do year to date because that's the relevant time frame. So year to date, the net asset value went from roughly $8,500, up a little bit higher to 85.54. So not too significant, but the futures have done significantly better. And that's with the USCI. What is this index? Yeah, United States Commodity Index Fund. Not one of the best performing ones, but what what I wanted to talk about is that year to date, we're basically doubling the S&P, and that's going to gather steam. Now, next month's going to come out with the oil price increases. It's going to be far higher, far higher. Now, we're not too far behind on the one-year basis, but on the year to date, we're doubling it, and I can see that. Let's see here. Okay, year to date, we're at 10.17. 18.1 versus remember, year to date 1.83. Which would you rather be on, the 14.8% or the 1.83? That is not a trend that's going to stop anytime soon. Even if the S&P rises, commodities are going to rise much further and faster. Now, the rest of this is going to be for my subscribers. Okay, for the subscribers, I'm going to be evaluating. There are a lot of different ways to play the commodity trade.